Hello folks, and welcome to this week's edition of the Walk in the Park podcast. We're coming at you live from Hersheypark's Christmas Candylane. Let's go for a walk in the park. Now we start out over here in Founders Circle, which is right near the entrance area to the park. And on the left is where they were supposed to build that turbulence ride from Interactive a couple years back, but they had problems with the manufacturers, so they decided to relocate two of their older attractions. Balloon Flight, as you remember, may have been in the Frontier, whatever they call their Frontierland ripoff here. I think it's Pioneer Adventures or something like that. It's all pretty much the same thing. Just about every park has one. A Wild West area. So they added the Balloon Flight, and they moved also the Starship. The Starship used to be near, I think it was the Music Box Theater. I like how they have Starship in big letters and America in tiny letters, so they don't confuse it with the Starship Enterprise or Jefferson Starship or any of that. Over on that side, there's a bunch of children's attractions. Now, Hershey doesn't have a distinct children's area, but this is a very family park, especially now during Christmas Candylane. All the roller coasters are closed, unfortunately, but it's only $10 to get in, so it makes up for it. And the park is just filled with people. Everyone's got a family and having fun. It's a week before Christmas, so everyone's in the holiday spirit. It's really just a very nice environment. We've got lots of great food at Hershey, too. I'm going to get fat as hell. Here you go, buy cookies, cinnamon buns, and s'mores. And over here on the right, coming out of the flame, is what I'm going to have for dinner. So you can get turkey legs. I think this is the only park I've seen turkey legs at besides Disney World. Cool. I'm probably going to do 2 regular episodes from Hersheypark and then take a bunch of bonus stuff. But I'm going to keep doing the audio podcast. I've actually started to like doing those. I like playing around with the editing software and getting my thoughts out on the different events in the music industry. Down that path is where it's down to Comet Hollow, but we're not going to go that way. We're heading up the hill to, I think it's Music Box area, or I'm not exactly sure what the name is. And it's a big football Sunday here. Of course, the Eagles are playing the Giants. And I've seen about 8 Cowboy jerseys. The Cowboys had a big one last night. Now, over here on the left is the new for 2006 attraction, the Reese's Extreme Cup Challenge. Kind of a cool little dark ride. One of the 2 new ones that Sally made this year, along with how am I forgetting this name? The Turkey Ride at Holiday World. Gobble Getaway, there we go. Alright. Over there in that building is the fender benders, which are brought to you by the Geico Insurance Company. Yes. That Geico. Of course, you can pretty much see Storm Runner from anywhere in the park. It's right in the center. And it is a great ride. I love the Storm Runner. And you know, I really like Hersheypark too. This is a great place. To me, I have it in it's not a super park, but I have it in the sort of the Holiday World category, where it's just loads and loads of fun to walk around. There's the entrance to the monorail, which goes all around the park. And wow, this is loud. Whoop. Wow.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Alright, here's their indoor theater where they put on a Christmas musical this time of year. Things got a little crazy around there. I almost got hit by a stroller. There was loud music. This guy over here is wearing the 3rd Donovan McNabb jersey of the podcast. Of course, over there is the Hersheypark Arena, which I don't think is no longer used. It had been speculated for a long period of time that would eventually become demolished and part of the regular amusement park. And if you remember, if you're a sports fan, that's where Wilt Chamberlain has his 100-point game. I'm going to just stop and observe the monorail go by. And it's interesting, not a lot of parks have a monorail anymore outside of Disneyland, and it's a really kind of a treat. Of course, you can see the pirate ship over here. Now, the park is only half of it's open for Christmas Candylane, because a lot of, as you know, back in Midway America, it's pretty much roller coasters and water rides, and no reason to do any of that. And especially with the construction back there for the Hersheypark Boardwalk in 2006. Here you have a large version of the big crane games. And now I'm going to show you, this is my favorite treat here at Hersheypark. Normally they're over in the Pioneer Adventure area, but these are fresh cut potato chips. What they do is they slice up the potatoes using this power drill gun thing and make them fresh. I think it's a little bit of like a pepper and seasoning they put on. And it's just delicious. See, those kids are fighting over them. They're so good. Alright, here's a pretty much what I consider the premier flat ride here at Hersheypark, the Claw. An excellent ride, if I do say so myself. And also, it's perfect weather today. I'm in a sweatshirt with, of course, my American Coaster Enthusiast shirt on top of it, and I am doing completely fine. Train's ready to take off. But it's a really nice day. Everyone's in the holiday spirit, good weather. That's probably why the park's so crowded. But I mean, there's not really lines for anything. None of the gate busters are open, so. And I'm stopping on my way home. I left Purdue yesterday. Stopped overnight and spending a couple hours at Hersheypark. It's right on the way home for me off the Pennsylvania Turnpike. Now, as you can see, the only thing open over here is the Frontier Flyers, and then the park is cut off. And down this way, where I'm taking you now, the park is cut off again. But I'm figuring to end the podcast today by showing you guys the reindeer. They put reindeer in one of the catering pavilions. Now, you can see the old Western shootout slides, which I'm going to put this rumor out there right now. When the new water park opens, I'm betting these won't be around too long. And actually, they take up quite a bit of room, so a little bit of speculation. I bet you Hersheypark's next roller coaster goes right there. If they had some sort of thing you could bet on it, I would put money on right there. Through the weeds, I guess, but yeah, it takes up quite a bit of room. But they're fun slides. I won't really miss them because they're getting a Pro Slide Tornado, Pro Slide Bowl, among other things. Let me see if I can sneak up over here. They also have banners all over the park celebrating the 100th year, because Hersheypark will be open for its 100th year in 2007. As you see, there's the shootout. You really can't see the new water slide attractions from anywhere in the park, but I'm going to go up on the Kissing Tower later and see if I can see them from over there. Now I'm going to finish up over here. As you can see, this massive crowd. They're all gathered around to see the reindeer. Let me see if I can get a shot, and then we'll see you next week at the park.
Hey, Rudolph! Rudolph!
And with that, I welcome you to this edition of the Walk in the Park podcast. Part 2 of 2 here at Hersheypark. Let's go for a walk in the park. Now, I normally learn something at every park I go to, every podcast I do. And today's, you see, Hersheypark here has Skeeball, the old-time arcade game. I'm just going to walk in here real quick. Real simple, right? Well, today I learned I am terrible at it. I just could not, I'm not a Skeeball guy, I guess. As you can see, it's still Christmas Candylane, as I talked about in part 1 of the show, in which they it cost a whole. First of all, I recommend this to anybody that has preferably you should have some small kids with you, but if you don't, you're just in the holiday spirit. It's a fun event. So you see the Falcon along with all the major coasters, water rides, and are down. I'm surprised. I'm kind of surprised the Falcon's down because they got the claw open. They're not too different, but I guess Falcon probably needs more maintenance. It's an older ride, and I think they have problems with those at the parks they're at. As you can see, here's the entrance to Zoo America, which is the little zoo attached to Hersheypark. Now, I'm not going to walk in there because then the podcast would be too long, and I really have to get back out on the road. But what I will do, I was over there earlier, and I took some video of my favorite animals, the prairie dogs, and I'm going to put them out a little later this week in a special video podcast. Also, another special episode coming this week is a ride on the Kissing Tower, Hersheypark's big observation tower there. Now, what I did with the Kissing Tower was I tried to get as much video as I could of the new boardwalk coming in 2007. Now, here's Minetown, which we're in now, has a lot of Hersheypark special Christmas time stuff. Now, here are some wow. It's the first time I've ever seen anyone win one of those. I've always thought it was pretty much impossible. But yeah, they got some, I guess some windows style after, I guess the popular ones in New York. Me and Dad are going to take a trip into the city later this week. Alright, as you can see, they redid their arcade here to be Santa's Castle, in which kids can go in and meet Santa. There's also some blow-up attractions, inflatable stuff that I don't think's there during the normal operating season. Now this part's a real dead part of the park. It's between Minetown and there. And we're walking right into the sun. Let's not do that. Here's an entrance, the other entrance to the Minetown restaurant. You get in through the other side, which is where the Skeeball was. Now, in our last podcast, I talked about the new for 2006, the Reese's Extreme Cup Challenge, which is a Sally Dark ride. Now, just when we're well, first of all, check out the special edition of the podcast to get a ride through of it. Not the best concept, but a cool attraction because you and your group of 4 get to battle another group of 4, and to see who wins. It adds more than just person-to-person scoring, and it adds team versus team scoring, which is a cool effect. And you also, when you leave, you get these. Here's the amphitheater, which isn't used for anything during this part of the year. But you get these delicious cookies at the end. I forgot to mention that on the last show, but oh, they're awesome. I don't know. I guess they're new Reese's cookies. This I always thought was a really awesome part of the park. Here in Minetown, they have 3 rides that are intertwined with each other. The classic Super Duper Looper, the B&M Inverted, the Great Bear, and as you can see over there on the left, the Coal Cracker Log Flume. Also throughout the park they have these light up things. I guess they don't really have an effect now, but I'm assuming they, I don't know, I guess the park's probably open later and it's probably real pretty. You see, here's the classic loop, one of the earliest looping roller coasters, the Super Duper Looper. This is cool too. Not to shine it right into the sun, but they have a light up display of frogs, and it's they play Jingle Bell with croaks. As you can see behind the croaked frogs is the Sky Ride. More Great Bear, and this is always my this I think is the coolest view in the entire park. Looking downriver with the great shot of Great Bear, and then you can even catch Storm Runner in there. There's 2 great coasters in one shot. It's really cool. Stop for a minute and show you guys. See, you got Great Bear here, Storm Runner there. You get good kinetics with the Sky Ride going in between. Alright, let's continue our walk, and this bridge crosses you from Minetown into Comet Hollow. Comet Hollow, of course, formed some of Hersheypark's most classic attractions, the Comet, and the Super Duper Looper. Even though it's most of the rides located in Minetown, the entrance is in at the end of Comet Hollow here. And you can see they moved the fun slide from Midway America, I think that's the name of in the back of the park, over to the Comet Hollow area because it's just a transportable slide. There's of course the Super Duper Looper entrance. And they have a classic type of Midway over here. You see, Comet Hollow has a really old-fashioned feel to it. With one of the few parks that has a tilt-a-whirl. I can't believe how many parks don't have tilt-a-whirls. It's really more of a traveling carnival kind of attraction. But Hershey has one. I guess I draw a lot of parallels between Hershey and Holiday World because they're both, I put them on the same level. Hershey's a little bigger of a park, but they've still got the great family feel and happy coalition that goes along with it. I'm surprised they're not running the wave swinger either. I guess with the cold, it gets kind of rough to run the wave swinger. Alright, I guess this will probably do it for this episode of the Walk in the Park podcast. Our last podcast of the new year. Well, of the old year. I guess we'll do plenty more new shows. I don't know when the next time we're going to get to a park is, but sometime in the early spring. And we'll see you next week at the park. Hey folks, we're on the Hershey Kissing Tower here at Hersheypark. Hoping to get a view of the new for 2007 water park construction. It's kind of loud in here, so I'll see what I can do. Of course, that's the famous Hershey Chocolate Factory, and the track down there is for the monorail that goes. It's a ride in the park. Downtown Hershey, Pennsylvania, over here. Construction zone not for the park, for something else. And now we're back into Hersheypark. You can see the coal cracker log flume, the super duper looper, and the Great Bear all intertwined over here. There's the monorail. And of course the star of the park, Storm Runner. See, there it is. Oh, there it is, the new for 2007 water park over there in the middle of Midway, America. Looks like they're just about done with all the hardware. You can see the Pro Slide Bowl and the Pro Slide Tornado were done, both complete. The whatever it is, the kiddie splash area is complete. I didn't see the wave pool, but maybe I'll catch that the next time around. I'm just enjoying my day here at Hersheypark on the way home from college. There's the dark rides in that little building over there that they added this year. And there, if you can see it, I don't know how this will come out later on, but there's the water park over there in the distance. As you can see, Hersheypark is really a landlocked park. They do not have a lot of room for expansion. And we're going down, and I'm going to turn off so I can use this for regular podcasting. See you next week at the park.